Hello, hi everyone. Am I audible? Can some of you please drop a comment in the comment section if I'm audible, visible? Yes. Hello, hi. Okay, great. So, thank you so much for joining us today. This is the first introductory session of GenAI Exchange Hackathon, which is the second phase of GenAI Exchange program. So today we will cover what this hackathon is all about, what you have to submit, what are the timelines, what are the key rewards and benefits that as participants you will get. And then we will also discuss the problem statements that are already released for all the students. So as you already know, there are two tracks under this hackathon. One is for students, one is for professionals. And there are separate set of problem statements for both categories. So since we already have the students problem statements in place, we will discuss them today. What you can build, what are the certain use cases, what direction you can think of your idea that you can create here. And for professional problem statements, those will be live soon. As soon as they are live, we will notify you via your registered email ID through which you have registered for this hackathon. So that's a brief of what all we'll cover today. So let's start. Okay. So just to give you a brief overview of what this program is all about. So like I mentioned, GenAI Exchange Hackathon is the second phase of GenAI Exchange program, which we launched in the month of April. And since then, we have seen a huge overwhelming response by the developer community of India. In the first phase itself, we received over 3,20,000 registrations from developers who were students, professionals, freelancers, startups, IT practitioners, and that's a huge number. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you so much for such an overwhelming response. Now in the second phase, so in the first phase, since we had very like many master classes online as well as offline, where there were trainings by Google experts on several Google Cloud AI tools and technologies. So using those training, using those skills, now you can enter in the second phase of the program, which is GenAI Exchange Hackathon. Here you will get a chance to build solutions, to build cutting edge solutions using again Google Cloud AI tools and technologies. And there are separate rewards and benefits for both students and professionals, which includes like cash prize up to 65 lakh thousand. Then okay. Hands-on experience with more workshops and master classes. So starting next week, starting next Wednesday, we will have more workshops, more master classes on the separate Google Cloud's latest AI tools. Then you'll get a chance to learn from the industry experts. We'll have a live Q&A at the end, so you can get your queries answered on real-time basis. You also get to network with like-minded individuals. So we have a separate Discord server for this hackathon. So if you haven't joined yet, you can join that as well, where you can connect with developers across India who have participated in this hackathon. So there are several reasons, but the main agenda, the main aim for this hackathon, for this program, is to build solutions that solve for India, because the problem statements that are sourced, they have been sourced after careful evaluation of what has been going on in the community, what has been going on in the society, and so that you can create actual meaningful solutions which has the potential to create a tangible impact. So get ready for building solutions and winning prizes. Okay. So to discuss the timeline, we are currently in the registration phase, and from today, prototype submissions will start. So 6 p.m. onwards on your hackathon dashboard, you will get to see certain questions that you can submit, as well as all the problem statements, and everything will be listed there. The problem statements are already listed on the website, but they might not be visible on your dashboard right now. So they will be visible there as well. So you can start submitting your solutions, but you have until 14th of September to submit your prototype submissions. So you can start brainstorming, you can start forming your team, you can form a team of up to 5 members. Solo participation is also allowed, but we would encourage you to create teams, because as we have seen in our previous hackathons as well, they have a better chance of reaching up to the top, being in the top teams as well as the winners as well. So you can form a team of up to 5 members. You can start brainstorming, you can start developing solution, and the last day to submit your prototypes is 14th of September, during which we will have online workshops, like we mentioned, starting today. Today is the introductory session. We'll discuss the student problem statements in detail as well. Post that, every Wednesday or Thursday, we'll host some master classes on several Google Cloud AI tools. So you can attend those as well, and you'll get more clarity on what to build, how to integrate several tools, etc. Then on 15th October, we'll have the first list of shortlisted teams announced. Post that, those shortlisted teams can rework on their prototypes, can refine their ideas, can improve their ideas, and then we'll have top 100 teams. And those out of those top 100 teams, they will be the top teams will be invited for the grand finale. But that is in last week of November. For now, all you have to focus on is creating your team, brainstorming your idea, and submitting your prototype on time. Okay. So just to mention again, like I have already said, that there are two separate tracks here in this program. One is student track and one is professional track. There are separate problem statements for both of the tracks. So students are only allowed and encouraged to participate in the student track, and professionals similarly are only allowed to form teams, register, participate, and submit under professional track only. There is separate um, pool price for both the tracks. For students, it is 25 lakhs for all the problem statement. Per problem statement, there are going to be winners. Similarly, for professional track, the total cash prize is 40 lakhs. And if there are five problem statements, the cash prize will be divided accordingly for the professional track. But since for the student track, the problem statements are already live, there are five problem statement. Per problem statement, the cash prize is 5 lakhs and the total is 25. I'll also present the website as well, because all of this is listed here. So I think this is the website from many of you have registered for the hackathon. You can, again, all of the things that I have discussed, for example, certain rewards and benefits, you can that can be found here. Then who can participate can be found here. It is open to everyone, whether you are a student, a professional, startup, freelancers, everyone can participate. Great. Then yes, so here, this is the student track, this is the professional track. So for student track, the problem statements are already listed, so you can just go here and read more about what they are. And then for professional track, they will be live soon. As soon as they are live, we will let you know. Now, for people who have already registered, this is what the dashboard looks like. So if, as of now, if I go to submission section, nothing is live, but from 6 p.m. onwards, this portal will be open. You will see a separate set of questions here that you have to submit, and you can start making your submissions. If you go to team management section, from here you can create your team. I hope my screen is visible. Yes. So from here you can create your team, or you can explore the public teams. So public teams are those, let's say I have formed a team, but as of now, I do not have any colleagues or any friends that can participate in this hackathon. So I can list my team here. So people who are like more people who are in just solo teams, they can maybe find here, they can request to join. You will get an email and you can join other people's team as well. So if I want to join this team, I can just click on this request to join and I can join their team. So similarly, you can list your team as well, and you might get requests. So based on that, you can form teams, or you can just click here, create your own team, and move forward this way as well. Now, in the interaction section, all of the workshops that we just talked about, workshops, masterclasses, AMA sessions, whatever is going to be happening, they will be listed here. So you can just check from here as well. And from the roadmap, you will see what are the certain action items that are live for you now. For example, for me, I can form the team because I have not yet formed a team. Then this is in process. An introductory session is currently happening. So the entire roadmap of the hackathon is can be found here itself. Okay, so coming back to our slides. Okay, so this we have already covered. Okay, now next we can move to the student problem statement explainer. For that, we have Harsh. He's program manager at Google, and he will talk about what students can build under particular problem statements and brief technology use cases, everything. Hi, Harsh. How are you?
All good, all good. Thanks for having me here. So I was just going through the chat, very interactive. One repetitive question is what is prototype? So if I assume most of us know what is prototype, so prototype is a basic version of a working solution where you demonstrate what's your idea is, a working demo of your project. I hope this helps because I also linked a Wikipedia article around the prototype as well if you have some time and want to read in detail. Right. So let's move to the explainer side. Just give me a second, I'll share my screen. Yes, let me know if it's visible. Yes. So in this Gen AI exchange, there are two verticals. One for professionals, working professionals. When we tell professionals, obviously we all self claim ourselves as professionals in one or other activities, but this is for someone who has been graduated, and there's a second track is for someone who are already studying. Right. So today we are going to talk about problem statements in the student track. We have 5 problem statements covering various areas in healthcare, mental wellness as well. Then something for local artisans, if they want to build something, sell their products, or maybe be creative, any kind of AI, how they can leverage AI and be creative in what they are doing right now. Other is on the legal domain as well. Very unique problem statements have been identified, and uh, if you look at those problem statements on the website, it kept on the easier side considering for the students track. But I know capabilities of our student community, so I'm expecting very good solutions coming out of this, even if those problem statements are very on the easier side compared to the professional ones. Right. So let's go into this problem statements one by one. And so right. So first problem statement is generative AI for young mental wellness, youth mental wellness. So I assume many of us, or maybe few of us, have experienced some kind of issues where we need help. We need someone to listen us. We need help, someone to point us to right resources, guide us as well during our various education journey as well. Right. So we're looking for a solution over here that can support and guide youth in overcoming some of their mental challenges that they face during their education journey. It can be on the education side, it can be on any other activities they are doing and facing some of those challenges, or maybe some kind of stress. But so we are looking for some innovative solutions. So ideally, this should not be a chatbot. So I'll be very clear over here. If you are thinking to build just a chatbot in this solution, it may not help you in this hackathon. So be creative, right? So try to build a end-to-end solution which can help youth of our country, be it students or anyone, to help during their any mental challenges that they are facing during their uh, journey or on day-to-day basis. I again repeat, chatbot is not an ideal solution over here. So think outside of a regular chat bot. Just by integrating API and building a chatbot may not help you win the hackathon. So next problem statement is a AI power marketplace for local artisans. Right. So this is also a unique problem statement where, as you know, India means art and culture as well, right? So if you go to different districts, different states, art changes, languages changes, their culture changes, right? So this problem statement helps is about building a marketplace assistant for local artisans. It can be, see that how it can help is maybe how AI can help build get reach those artisans to their desired customers as well, right? To potential customers. How AI can help them come up with new creative ideas. How AI can help them, let's say, if they want to sell outside of the country or maybe to a different state as well. How AI can help customize their art, customize their product to reach more and more users, more and more customers. So again, I'll again repeat, this is not about building a chatbot or an e-commerce website. So you need to think about building a AI powered assistant which can help local artisans. Right. So I'll give you an example. If a artisan in Tamil Nadu selling a Kanjivaram sari, right, wants to reach out to someone in north of India or maybe in Uttarakhand, how what kind of customization is required in the product or in the description, right? So those kind of advice assistant can be provided with the help of AI. Some kind of market data or insights that can help these local artisans. So remember, it's not about building a e-commerce website. Think outside of a regular e-commerce website. Now, third problem statement is desimplifying legal documents. I'm sure many of us, majority of us, might get confused while reading a legal document, maybe because of the complexity, the language, legal language as well, or maybe not, we don't have clarity with all the rules and regulations, laws as well, right? So how generative AI can help in this domain? I'll give you an example. If you want to register a company, right? If you want to register an incorporation in India, what's the process about? What kind of legal documents you need? What documents you have right now? Does it satisfy the need of the incorporation requirements or not? So again, this is not a chatbot. This is not a legal advisor website. Think outside of a box. Think outside of those regular conventional ideas, how you can solve the complexities of understanding legal documents or legal processes as well, right? So so again, this is the third problem statement around legal domain. And on the website, if you go in each problem statement, there are two things: challenge is also mentioned and objective, both are mentioned. So just read the challenge part, understand the objective, try to first thing is you need to read. See, I'm sure you all of you are good at reading things and understanding those things, but first step in any of this problem statement is read the challenge piece once or twice, understand the objective in detail, then start building, either using pen, paper, or a document, using a tablet, laptop, right? Start building a document where you just translate your ideas, what's going in your mind, translate it in a document, come up with a PID, product requirement document, and then start working on your solution. Instead of directly jumping on a chatbot to solve those things, may not help you win the difficult, or maybe the hackathon with many participants, I would say. So it's a very competitive landscape now. So think about, read the challenge part, understand the objective, just write down your ideas in a document or pen and paper. Just write down your ideas, convert it into PIDs, understand technical complexities, and then start working on it, right? So this will help you evaluate, do self evaluation as well, that am I good with this particular technology or not? If I need to take anybody's help, or if I need to learn something new, if you follow this process, you can do the self evaluation. So next phase is misinformation, right? So social media, online misinformation on groups, on online post as well, right? So there is this on scams as well, for fraud calls, messages, right? Groups over various platforms. So how we can fight misinformation that's coming out because of easy access to all this data? So a AI powered tool, I'll give you an example. Let's say if you get a finance message that buy stock of a particular company, it's going to go up, right? How can you trust that information? It can be a misinformation, it can be a genuine source, we don't know, right? So can you build a tool which can help users, consumers, fight with misinformations? Can you build a tool which can report misinformation? See, again, I'm saying, don't think of this in a chatbot side. Think of a tool. If you are building a tool, can your tool report misinformation to local authorities? Can that tool report, identify a source of that misinformation coming out of it? Can you do forensic of misinformation? So think of those creative ideas, where you can incorporate AI and build tools to fight misinformation, right? Then other problem statement is personalized career and skill advisor, right? So this, again I'll say, it should not be a traditional thing. Think about something. Let's say you identify, let's take a role of skill advisor or a career advisor. What they do first, they'll try to identify your persona, your needs, right? Your capabilities, your interest. Then they'll try to advise you a particular career over here. So that's a traditional way of doing it, right? Can you introduce a psychometric test over here? Can you introduce some kind of evaluation method over here, right? Which can not just evaluate students in their technical capabilities, but in their life skills as well. So can you build something which breaks the traditional skill and career advising ecosystem? So can you build something unique out of this? So try to be creative over here. So again, I'll say chatbot is not the solution we are looking for in this problem statement as well. So I'll again go through all the slides one by one. So this first problem statement is on the youth mental wealth and wellness, right? So think something around that. Marketplace for local artisans, but not e-commerce, right? What other features can help local artisan reach to a larger audience. Simplifying legal documents, legal processes, AI powered tool for combating misinformation, and personalized career and skill advisor. So these are the five problem statements where, as a student, you can participate and try to build and solve something. More information, as Shweta mentioned, it's already there on the website about team formation, about the TNC, terms and conditions, various timelines. So it's you just go through the website, the dashboard, and you'll get the more information as well. And for the professional problem statement, we'll be announcing it soon. I saw a few comments where you're looking for some professional problem statements. It will be announced soon, and similar session will be organized for professional track as well. But as we told, professionals would not be allowed to participate in student track. So that's be very clear. We have a strict verification process. So student track is only dedicated to students. Yes. With this, I am done with my slides. If we have any queries, we are happy to help you.
There were a few questions around how many problem statements one team has to select. So one team only has to select one problem statement and submit one solution for that selected problem statements. You do not need to work on all five problem statement at once or present a combined idea. One solution for one problem statement per team.
Right. There is one question. Is it mandatory to come up with a completely new idea or unique idea, or is it acceptable to take existing problem statement, solve it with a new approach? So you already answered your question, boss. So it's about coming up with new things in an existing platform or come up with a new idea. So we are looking for fresh perspective on how to solve those problem statements. Other question is, could you please clarify how we should manage our GCP projects to ensure they remain accessible for the duration of the hackathon? Good question. So that's one of the skill being also evaluated indirectly in a long duration or 1 month long hackathon as well. So how optimized services you are using it, right? So if you are only use the services which are required for your project. So first of all, I'll advise you to sign up for the free trial, $300, and then only use the services which you really need in your project. Second, if you are only working for a specific period of time, you can shut down your services when not required, and then again reinitiate those things as well. So all services has their own pros and cons of shutting down or running it for a longer duration. So just go through the documentation, check, take help or online as well. But my only advice is only use the services which you genuinely need for your project. Right? Enabling all the APIs, all the services may not help you for a longer duration in a hackathon. So there's one more at Harsh. Whenever you are saying use Google Cloud, does that mean we can't use MongoDB as a database or Pinecone? No, I don't mean that. So so Google Cloud is a cloud service provider, whereas MongoDB is a database as a service provider. Even Google Cloud supports MongoDB as one of those database service providers. So there's no whenever I say Google Cloud, I mean services provided by Google Cloud, right? So it doesn't mean that you can't use MongoDB or you can't use PostgreSQL or you should only use Cloud SQL. So no, I don't mean that.
It's not mandatory or compulsory to form a team. You can participate solo as well, but we encourage to form teams. There are no participation certificates. Top teams will get certificates for valid idea submissions, for being in top 100.
Yes, there's one more. Can't we make a prototype for security and surveillance? You can if it helps or suits your one of those problem statements. So you are best to decide on how your solution or idea is fitting those problem statements.
For people who are asking where to find other colleagues to join the team, we are dropping in the Discord channel again. You can join it. You can have a word with all rest of the registered participants. You can connect with them and figure out who are professionals who you can connect with. Share LinkedIn IDs.
Yes. There is one question. Can we use pre-trained models or need to make our own model from scratch? And can we use Hugging Face models as well? You can, but just follow the terms and conditions before, just go through the TNC of that particular model. Each can come with their own usage guidance as well. So you can check those things.
So for basis of filtering out the projects, we will share the evaluation criteria as well in the coming week on what basis it will be evaluated. But there are generally 3 to 4 criteria. For example, technical feasibility, market feasibility, scalability, as well as the tools that you have integrated and alignment with the given problem statement. So these are the 4 5 generic criteria through which we evaluate, but we'll share more in detail about what exactly criteria will look like next week.
Yes, and there's one interesting question. What's difference between prototype submission and prototype development? Prototype development happens first, second phase is prototype submission. So that's the clear difference. First development happens, then submission happens. How to access Gemini API for free? Thanks for asking this very helpful question. If you are new to the Gemini API or if this Gemini ecosystem, visit aistudio.google.com. You can log in with your Gmail ID. From there, you can create your API key for free. Thanks for asking that. What are PIDs? Okay, so PID is my bad. I used the acronym. PID is product requirement document. So what I meant was that if you select a particular problem statement, brainstorm on it, think about what you want to build, come up with a product requirement document. So product requirement document will have your objective, your visions. It will divide your product in small modules, technical requirement of each of those modules, the architecture, the security side of it, timeline. So everything goes into that PRD, product requirement document. So while if you build such document, you will get clarity that okay, what I want to build, how I want to build, and then after you are ready, you can work on the prototype development part.
There are some questions around should we use Google technologies only or can we use some open source technologies as well?
So there's no limitation on the technology you are using, but we will be sharing the evaluation criteria with you soon on how best you are using Google technologies. So your projects may get evaluated as well on how best implementation of Google technologies you are doing. So just go through those evaluation criteria as well before doing any taking any decision on technologies you want to use. So there's
People
one.
are
Sorry.
recently, um, yes, yes. So there is one interesting question that when they registered for GenAI Academy, they were in college, but now they have graduated. So there are two separate dashboards for both the. This is part of the one program only, but there are two separate dashboards for both the program. So if you have registered for GenAI Academy as a student, it's fine. You can still register for GenAI Exchange Hackathon as a freelancer or professional.
Right. Interesting question. Congratulations on getting graduated. So there's one interesting question on third and fourth last PS. We would need to organize users query through chat, right? And then how we should not do chatbot regarding projects. So what I meant is don't build only chatbot. So there are various ways where you build a chatbot. You can create an entire user journey through a chatbot. Give users certain CTAs, certain action items on your product, on your website using a chatbot. So when I say don't build chatbot, it's not that you should not build a chatbot, but see, don't take those statements on face values. Think about it, what the speaker is trying to say. If there's confusion, feel free to ask questions like this, it helps. But when I say don't build just chatbot, is don't build a chatbot where you are interacting with AI, there is no CTA, there's no conversion happening on your tool or your product, or no link shared, no information shared. So don't build such kind of chatbot, but a chatbot which can create a specific user journey in your product is helpful. What can be solution apart from chatbot? Any example on that? So I gave one example. I'll give you again. I'll give you another example. Okay, let's say if we are building a solution on a mental health and wellness, we obviously it may require a chatbot to initiate users conversation with a user. But what happens after the chat is ended? Is it leading it to a conclusion? Is it taking the user or someone who is chatting with your chatbot, taking it to a particular product or services, and able to achieve the end goal out of it, rather than just providing information over chat? So those can be various solutions which you can think.
Some people are confused about the mention of prototype development phase twice in the timeline. So first one is, which is common for everyone, anyone who has registered, every team can submit their prototypes. Once the initial, yes, the one that is currently going from 20th August to 14th of September, this is open for everyone. Now on 15th October, once we announce the shortlisted teams, only those shortlisted teams again have a chance to refine and improve their prototypes. For those, the timeline is 16 to 26th. Maybe we can add a word final or something for shortlisted teams only so that it's clear to everyone.
Yes. So
Is
there's one.
integrating, I think there was one question around where they were asking if integrating AI is mandatory. The name of the hackathon is Gen Exchange Hackathon, so you should.
Yes, even problem statement mentions AI. If you do Control F, you will find 3 4 times. So we expect your solution as at least one time. Can we build a completely new model out of, or we can use Gemini? Up to you, up to your on your requirement, your project requirement. Feel free to decide if you want to build your own model or want to use existing APIs. It's up to you. So does Gemini AI provide unlimited API keys for usage for free, or it just has free for a short amount of token? So Gemini API key. There is no charge to create a API key, but there are free and paid tiers on number of tokens or user request you are doing per minute, per hour, per day basis. So go through those price structure as well. But I assume for basic prototype development, you free tier should be sufficient. But again, don't go on my face value. Just go read those things in detail, so that you don't end up paying for something which you are not intended to.
So, for people who are asking about how they have maybe limited knowledge of AI tools and how to integrate them, so we'll be having more workshops on many Google Cloud AI tools, how to integrate them, how to use them. So you can attend those. You can learn first. And okay, one second. I'll present my screen. Yes. This is the entire program, Chennai Exchange program, which has three parts. One is Chennai Academy, for which the registrations are currently closed. But if you are already registered and if you go to the dashboard, you will find 8 to 10 master classes already listed there for various tools and technologies. One second, maybe I can still check. Yes. Oh, so here you can find, if you're a student, you will find many master classes on various technologies like prompt designing, Vertex AI, develop real world applications using Gemini and Streamlit and other things. And similarly, if you're a professional, you will find professional master classes for same tools and technologies already listed here. So you can just watch these, refresh your memory with whatever we have learned in the academy phase, and then you can start building your solutions for the hackathon. So this is one of the way that we can do. Now coming back to the program. Yes. So this was the first phase of the program, which was academy. It is currently not accepting any more applications, but if you're already registered, you can rewatch all the sessions, all the master classes that were already conducted. Now, this is the hackathon for which all of you who have like, joined this session, most of you have registered. And this we have already covered that how there are two separate tracks. You can students can only participate in student track, professionals for professional track. For professionals, the problem statements will be live soon. And there is a third part of this program as well, which is Google Cloud AI Labs, in which we are having offline sessions in different cities of India. So these are invite only sessions. So if you have already registered, if you get an invite, then you can get a chance to learn all of these tools and technologies, but in offline. So if you want to join or if you want to check when these are happening in your city, you can just refer to this section and you can apply. And if you receive an invite, then you can get a chance to learn all of this offline in person with the help of Google Developer Exports. So this is the entire program. Many of you are confused, like some of you are part of Chennai Academy, some of you are part of Hackathon. For all these three phases, you have to register individually for, and you will land on a separate dashboard. For Academy, there is a separate dashboard. For Cloud AI Labs, there is a separate dashboard, and for Hackathon, the dashboard is again separate. In Hackathon dashboard, you will get a option to submit your prototype. You will not get that same dashboard in Academy, so please make sure that whenever you are visiting the dashboard, you cross check whether it is for Academy, for Cloud AI Labs, or for Hackathon. All are part of this one Genia Exchange program only. Harsh, are there any more questions that you?
Yes, there's one couple of questions on using no code or website like Google Firebase Studio allowed over here. Yes, it's allowed. Feel free to use Firebase Studio or any of the Firebase services. I think then there are few repeated questions. Few of them joined late. Maybe you can watch the recording again if queries should be covered. If not, you can let us know the support. Yes, there's one question. Do we have to pay for using Google Cloud services for this? So I advise you all to create free trial account. Then you'll get $300 credits, and you can use those $300 credits to build your prototype. But just be mindful of the services you are using, the duration of the services. Only use services that you need, and only for the duration you need those services, so that you will be able to save or you will not spend more on those credits. So that's also an indirect evaluation that happens, how optimized solution you are developing as well. What about N10? No. So if you just come up with a workflow on N10, you won't be eligible. So it needs to N10, just workflows over N10 may not be eligible. Okay. I think then there are few repeated questions on technologies. So there's one interesting question. What do Google judges usually value more, innovation, execution, or storytelling? Uh, Innovation and high marks goes to innovation and execution more. Obviously, storytelling is also important because it helps you convey. what you have innovated and what you have executed, right? So all three are equally important, but your innovation and what you have built plays a major role. Yes.
So for people who have received the email for student problem statement, so anyone who has registered for the hackathon, whenever there is a new thing that is going live, let's say problem statement for students or for professionals, or we are hosting any session, the email will go out to everyone. Every registered participant will receive a notification. You have to check whether it is fit for you or not. For example, the email that went out for student problem statement, it mentioned that these are the problem statement for the students. So if you are a professional, you can ignore it. Okay. If there is, I see one question around international students. So this hackathon, this entire program is for developers of India only. So you have to be registered here in any university or college. Okay, for people who are saying that they are studying in a university but also working in a company, if you are enrolled in any university or any college, you still have to register as a student only. You might be interning somewhere, or you might be starting something with your friends, a startup or anything. But if you are enrolled, currently enrolled in a university, and if you are not yet graduated, then you have to register as a student. For professionals, the criteria is that they are already graduated. They might be switching careers, so they might not be working anywhere currently. That is fine, but they have to be graduated.
Right. So there's one question. What about Google ADK? I'm not sure what's the question is, but if you are asking about using Google ADK in your project, feel free to use it. If you want to know what is Google ADK, probably will during our future workshops or the resources part, you can get the links. And if you don't want to wait for it, just do a search. You'll find enough resources around Google ADK. Okay, in the misinformation, again, interesting question. In the misinformation, you said if we are able to report the user about misinformation in social media, so how we gonna do a social media does not provide access to API or web scrap it, right? So that's the innovative part about it. So in misinformation doesn't always mean social media as well. So misinformation can be in various forms, right? So let's take an example of a election going on, or maybe let's take an example of a local event going on, or maybe a ticket selling misinformation on some kind of some rumors going on. So that can be online, offline as well. So right, so when I say reporting it to authorities, you can think about building a platform where a user coming up with a misinformation can report it over a platform, and which platform can be accessed by the authorities as well. So don't limit yourself to a specific domain, but you can think about various other places from where you can source misinformation.
For people who are asking, please elaborate on what a prototype should have. It should have at least two or three working features. It should not be a fully fledged, like, ready to go for market launch product, but at least two, three features should be working. What kind of project we can build to? There is one question around this, if there is any GPU included in the $300 credits.
No, there are no GPUs are not ideally included, but it again there are various instances which are part of those three permitted in those $300 credits. So when you enable those instances, it will show you whether it's consumed in a part of credits or not. So there's if you go into the billing section, there's a credit manager as well. There's a resource manager as well. You can check if those resources are consuming credits or are charged on a paid basis. So it's difficult to answer a generic question for that, but it depends on what instances you are going to use. Can we upload our Docker file to Google Cloud and run from it? Yes, that's what Google Cloud Run is also meant for. So you can check Google Cloud Run. You can directly deploy your Docker file over there. You can also create GitHub actions and deploy it on Cloud Run. So it's a good question, but your question yeah, the answer itself. So Cloud Run is the solution over there.
Harsh, do you have any more questions? I think
No, I
most.
think all good, all repeated questions. Watch the recording again.
Okay. So if people who have joined recently, or if you still have any questions that are left unanswered, you can reach out to us either on Discord or on the support email ID. We will be dropping in the support email ID in the comment section. Most of the information is already there on the website. For professional problem statement, they will be live soon. As soon as they are live, we will notify you via email, so you can take a look at them. And for students, in the problem statements are already live, you can start submitting your solution starting 6 p.m. today. 6 p.m. onwards, you will see in the submission window that there are separate set of questions and everything that you have to submit under this. So you'll get more clarity on what to submit, what to build, everything. And for some questions around who are these 100 teams are going to be, that is going to be happening in November. So we have a lot of time. So we'll pass on more information to how teams are shortlisted, what are those top 10, top 100 teams with the shortlisted teams only. As of now, what one thing all of the registered participants have to follow is team formation and prototype submissions. Great. So that's all. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you still have any more questions, you can reach out to us on Discord, or you can reach out to us on the support email alias as well. We'll be happy to take in more questions. And we will be seeing you from next week for more online workshops and masterclasses that we will be hosting. So you will get a chance. For those who wanted to learn from scratch or who wanted to refresh their knowledge on how to use certain Google Cloud AI tools, they will have a chance to do that. Great. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Harsh,
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Thank you. All the best.